In 1991, a professor confirms that his hibernation experiment is a success after waking up a chimpanzee who hibernated for 6 months. The next step is to experiment on humans, so Albert and Max volunteer. Albert is a biologist who wants to be part of humanity's advances, while Max wants some adventure and to spend some time away from his wife and daughter, who are furious with him for abandoning them. During the press conference, the professor explains the duo will be hibernating for 3 years and that there may be some risks since the human body is different from a chimpanzee's. When they're taken to the hibernation capsules, the guys secretly bring some cigarettes and a flask before they're successfully put to sleep. Years later, Max and Albert wake up and are taken to a strange white room by a group of women who also bring them breakfast. The food is so hard it can't be bitten, so one of the women teaches them that they're actually containers with a paste that imitates the food inside. The guys complain about the lack of taste but blame it on a side effect of the hibernation. Then Max brings out the cigarettes and flask, sharing them with Albert as a little dessert. However, the smoke immediately triggers an alarm and the women rush in to put it out by covering them with foam. Afterward, a doctor and her assistant Lamia come to check on the guys, who keep asking about the professor. The women explain the professor doesn't exist and his experiments were abandoned because the world went through another war. Max and Albert are very confused, so the women finally share the details. They slept for 53 years, meaning it's now year 2044. To make matters worse, the war wiped out all men, so Max and Albert are the only ones left. Confused and scared, the duo tries to run away, but the door electrocutes them and knocks them out. When they wake up, Albert concludes this must be the second stage of the experiment and they're testing their reactions to a psychological shock. Max still can't believe that there aren't any more men and wonders how the women reproduce. Since Lamia is keeping an eye on them, she hears this and explains they reproduce through parthenogenesis, which is a real form of asexual reproduction that doesn't require fertilization found in many animals. At that moment, another woman belonging to the faction Genetics enters Lamia's workstation and messes with her things, saying it's a pity Lamia left Genetics to join the faction Archeo. Before leaving, the woman points out it'd be a better idea to hand the guys over to Genetics. Sometime